thing. Cause everything's gonna be alright. And you know what about a thing. Cause everything. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds singing sweet song of melodies pure and true, saying, "This is my message to you." Singing over baby, cause everything's gonna be a day and all. Cause everything's gonna be alright. But this morning, my rising sun, three little birds, melody pure and true, saying, "This is my message to you." You know what about it? Worry about nothing, everything on the other. Then you know what it is. And I tell you, get that fresh shiny song. These roads of flames are catching on fire. We can press start in the lights. Baby, you for the rights. And I don't so. And I'm hoping that it's been so. I want it's working so long. It's focus of sex, of touching fire. You drive the peace and praises. I've been on my own, but we ain't never left alone. There's some time to keep the feelings alone. Relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. It's when you can go. Step that way to go. Teach them something before they lose this song. Freedom is the law. Come stand from the call. Tell them that the sense is worth more than gold. And everything that's like they'll try to understand me to your rights.
Hello, Cornerstone family. Johnny here. I see a lot of new faces. Hey, Vicky. Um, I'm one of the corporate mentors. I've been with Cornerstone since November. Became a mentor in January. Have seen our agents grow probably 300% since then. We're up to over 2,200 agents in Cornerstone. And I want to welcome everybody to this evening's Q&A. This is your time to ask questions. Anything's on the table. This is your moment. If you guys are kind of shy and don't really have a topic per se, we can generalize something and I can maybe go through and show you how to do something or whatever. This is your hour to throw anything out there. And I like a challenge, so sometimes you guys challenge me, so that this can get pretty fun.
Hey, Mr. Johnny, this is Vicky just saying hello.
Hi, Vicky. Good to
Yes,
see
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. My mama just passed just a minute, not too long ago, so I've been at the hospital and stuff, but I'm good. I just want to say hi.
I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Vicky.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, folks. Who wants to go first? Just you can throw something in chat. You can throw a topic. You can say, "Hey, can you show me how to do this?" What's the best way to do that?
I've got a question real quick. I'm pretty new at this. I think I've only been with it for a month. Excuse me, but I'm still trying to learn everything as we go. I actually had a one-on-one a couple of weeks ago, and in that process, the gentleman showed me a website that I could go to. For instance, if I was booking a hotel for myself, where
Mhm.
I could, instead of elect to receive the commission in a check, I could go ahead and kind of take it off of the hotel bill at that time. I
Yep.
took notes, but I cannot remember for the life of me what website that was.
So price agencies and beds online do that.
Okay.
In fact, I just booked a hotel room for this weekend for a baseball tournament with a net booking. So for those of you who may not be familiar with what a net booking is, there are some sites that allow you to take your commission out of the price of the room or the package or whatever, so that you're getting it basically at cost. And price agencies, Beds Online does it. I actually just did it for a Universal Orlando vacation that I'm going to do a quick weekend at in September for their Halloween Horror Nights. It saved me something like $130, $150, something like that.
And a second question that I had is I'm been playing around with trying just to do some mock quotes. My wife and I, as well as some friends of ours, are looking at going to an all-inclusive in uh, Cancun next October, not this coming October, but next October. So, how do I go about doing those quotes if the airlines aren't uh, scheduled, I guess, or showing that far out?
So you can go ahead and do the quotes. You'll just have to add the air later. One of my favorite sites, supplier sites for all inclusives is Vacation Express, but obviously you can use Vax is a good one because you have multiple options there. With FunJet and Apple Vacations and a couple of the other ones that are part of Vax. Um, of course, you can, Expedia has all inclusives. Um, play around, but in my experience, Vacation Express has the best overall packages. And, we're not supposed to favor one or another. I'm just giving you my personal opinion.
Right. No, I'm always any information as far as there's so many out there. So if I can kind of narrow down the field a little bit, I'd like to just quote, three places, but or three sites, but I'm trying to narrow that down still. So what is the typical time frame for being able to add in airlines?
330 days ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
So basically 11 months ahead of time is when they come out with their airfare schedules.
I think that's all the questions I got for now. I appreciate it.
Okay, Brooke, you have a question about booking cars, so go for it.
I do. Thank you. Okay. So I just booked a flight and cars or a car for a gentleman. And he's got a corporate account. He gave me his corporate number and I don't think it worked for me. So I don't know, are we even able to use their account or does that not work?
So basically it's a corporate code.
Yeah.
And what site did you use to try and book it?
I was on Expedia Tap.
Okay, so let me pull that up and let's go through it.
And it didn't give me an error or anything.
Okay, well then it probably gave you the right.
Well, it didn't. I know it didn't because when he pulled up his price with his account, it was like $57 a day.
Okay.
Like it was way cheaper.
Yeah, cars are a little bit tricky. And I don't do enough. So let's go through it. Do you have the code with you?
Oh, I don't.
Okay. So I'm just gonna throw something out here.
And it doesn't give you an error. It just kind of does it and it'll just give you a price. And it just didn't put it on there. And I didn't even notice it. I didn't notice it at all. And we had a specific car. Everything was very specific that he wanted. And then he's like, that is so high. And I did it that way. I did it under corporate and then put the number in.
Okay.
I could pull it up.
Yeah, if you can pull it up, because then that way we can walk through it. It'll
Yeah.
be easier. If you can give me all the details, we can walk through it and see what we get. And then I'm gonna show you another site for cars.
Okay, let's see here. Um, okay, we have about 1,000 emails on this, so.
I know it's always lovely trying to find the right one.
Um, 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 um. Bear with me. Let me try one more thing. I don't want to hold you guys.
You can always come back to it if we need to.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's come back to it. Just
Okay.
go to another question.
All right, so anybody else have any other questions? Because I can expound on that topic if you don't have any questions right now. Anybody? Okay. So why we are talking about this? There's a couple of sites for cars. Price Agencies does not have cars yet, but I know they're working on it. Expedia's one of the places, but and let's see if I can get into it because earlier I couldn't get into Agent Universe. It was having a hissy. But I like to use Snap. Yep, it's working now, so that's good. So Snap, the advantage of Snap, and I use Snap a lot, especially for airfare, is Snap has a direct connection to hotels, airlines, and cars. So it's a GDS, and don't this is old school travel agent stuff, where you used to have to put codes in for stuff. Snap does it all for you, so you don't have to put codes in. So I'm just gonna again put all this stuff in, pick random dates. Let's see. It's usually a spot for promotional code or rate codes. So, Brooke, if you're able to find those codes, okay, 3-8. Do you have the details as far as like when and where they were going?
Okay, sorry. Salt Lake City,
Okay. What's the date?
and September 16th to the 20th.
And what car company?
It's Hertz,
Okay.
and it's a Chrysler Pacifica. No, I think the lowest I got was 741.
So the Chrysler's
Pacifica.
that is that's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah,
Do you know what kind of
it's a minivan.
minivan? Okay. The cheapest you got was
There
what?
you go. Yeah, that's it. 761.
And what was the cheapest he got?
Oh, it was like 51 a day.
Okay. So let's go into Snap and see if we can find anything different here. Um, so Salt Lake City.
Yep. Salt Lake City.
I get rid of this. September, what was
The
it?
16th. through the
Through the
20th.
DE, and we're gonna put a rate code in here. Provide a valid company code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that won't work there. Let's try that. Drop off time. Do you know what time?
I think
they
I
do?
did 11. They were both 11
Okay.
a.m.
Well, that can be doing something different. It's not very specific as far as like where you put the numbers.
Yeah.
So I found this does happen, and when I've like booked like some of my parents' cars and stuff, sometimes the frequent rewards members, they tend to get better rates, and I don't know if they're compensating for commissions, when we see a higher rate. But that's possible. Like, see, when I put the rate code, I put ZE up before it. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with the way Snap does cars. I'm really good with airlines, but vendor, tour code, promotional code, car vendor, ZE. Let's try this.
No. I just don't know if I couldn't use that number, right? Like because it's his account.
Yeah, it might be specific to him, so you can
And
always
I kind
call.
of think it is because he wanted it to go towards him.
So you can become Hertz does have a travel agent portal.
Okay.
Pull it up again.
I did become a member, but I didn't do the travel agent part of it. And then also on Expedia Tap, you could not bundle a car and flight. And I was kind of hoping you could do that, but you kind of if it had a airfare, or I'm sorry, if it had a overnight stay, you could.
If it had an overnight stay.
Yeah, like it doesn't let you just bundle a flight and a car.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like
you
no
need a ho-
room,
You need a
just a
hotel.
car and a flight. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go into Vax, and I believe in Vax you can play around with that,
Yeah.
and you can take the hotels out and put cars in.
I had the training on there, but I haven't played around in there yet.
Okay. Then go through
So
the training, because the training shows you how to do that, especially
yeah, yeah, I took that and he showed me how to do it and everything. I just haven't played around in there yet.
Especially in the ALG wave makers training.
Yep.
It shows you how to do all that.
Yeah. Yeah. And he showed where to find it even.
Okay, cool. All
It
right.
seems pretty user friendly, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's just a matter of getting in there and playing around with it
yep,
and
yep, that's what I just gotta do.
where to go to. All right, I'm gonna move on.
Thanks for trying. I appreciate that.
No problem. I know, like I said, it's tricky, especially when they have promotional codes and stuff. Sometimes it's very specific. But
And for that to be my first booking, I was like, is all the bookings this hard?
no.
I was hoping not.
So this is the Hertz travel agent page, and I don't know why it's not popping up correctly on my browser right now. But if you come down, you can see maybe it was on the last page. There's a travel partner page here.
I see it. It's yeah,
Okay.
it's under partners, air partners, hotel partners,
Okay.
travel
So travel
partners.
partners. Yep, and then travel agents. Like I said, maybe I have to clear my cookies because I don't know why it's not popping up, but I'm gonna try. I thought I had something for cars. Oh yeah, down here. So Enterprise has a thing. And I thought this was like I guess it's just I thought there was more than just Enterprise. Again, I haven't gone in here in a while. But as you can see, it recognized Cornerstone right away. So I can put this in the chat so you guys have it just as a form of reference.
Thank you.
I swore there was another one I had. For cars, but I guess that's it for now. So I thought there was like three different car companies that you could log into and access, but I might be mistaken there. All right. What else, folks? It's gonna be a short night without any questions.
I have another one.
All right, bro, go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, so for VRBOs and Airbnbs, is Expedia Tap the only place, or can you get them in somewhere else?
We don't have a relationship with Airbnb,
Okay, so it's just VRBO.
Expedia owns VRBO. We do have some other vendors that do similar things.
Okay.
Let me pull those up. See. So, Rental Escapes is one, and Vacasa, which is one of our suppliers. And then there's one called HVN, but that might be a supply request. So I'm gonna share my screen again so you guys see. So hotels, HVN right there, HVN Villas. And Vacasa, which I thought was one of our vendors, it used to be.
I think it is because I am signed up with them.
Right. I'm just trying to find it. No. It is not on the page for some reason. Um, I'll pull that up and share that with you guys as well. So you guys have that. If we log in here, it gives you different areas, top locations, and you can just put something in there. And so it's gonna just pull up some stuff. Now I put it in for the next couple days, but there isn't a huge amount of options here. So yeah, Expedia Tap, the Verbo through there. I've actually booked clients through it. It gets a little tricky because um you only have a certain amount of hosts that allow Verbo to use Tap. So this is the way it was explained to me by the BDM. You may be able to go on vrbo.com and see a huge amount of listings, but then it's limited on Tap. And that's because the hosts or the owners of those properties don't want it listed on Tap. So it gets a little goofy. So if you have a client that finds something they really, really like, just go onto the regular Verbo site and book it for them and maybe charge them a $25 booking fee. You can do that. Or sometimes, like, depending on, if they're booking other things, I might not even charge them.
I thought it was weird because I was booking for Spoon River in Illinois.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that?
Spoon River?
Yeah, it's like Canton, Illinois,
No.
Lewistown, Farmington. It's between Chicago and the Quad Cities. I was booking for us, and I saw a home, and I looked on just straight through VRBO, and then it was $384, the final price after fees, blah blah blah. And then the final price under Expedia Tap was $326. It was cheaper.
On Tap?
Yeah, the
Cool.
fees went down.
Okay.
I thought that was interesting. I was surprised. I thought we were just going to book it direct, and I'm like, oh, I can get it cheaper. So, all right.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason for it. And I've had lengthy conversations with the BDM on Tap of just about everything Tap. So I know all the suppliers are always constantly trying to revamp and make things easier for us, but I think sometimes Expedia can be a little difficult. All right. Somebody else. If nobody else has any questions, I'm going to show you how to, some of the net booking features that we were talking about. Let me get back to sharing my screen. So I'm going to start with price agencies. And we're going to I'm in a Las Vegas type of mood today, so we're going to just pick on Las Vegas. And let's say we want to go for the 10th through the 12th. And let's see. The Venetian. I got married at the Venetian, so we're gonna pick the Venetian. So for 2 nights, it's quite pricey. $748 for this luxury room. So we're gonna click on book it. I don't know if you guys are very familiar with price agencies, but there's a couple of options you have here. I picked a cancelable um, reservation, which is always in green. If it's in black, it's non-refundable. You always want to read your terms and conditions on here. Sometimes there's resort fees, and there actually is 56, basically 69 per accommodation per night. So right here on the right-hand side, it shows that the resorts fee are going to be 110 to be paid at the accommodation. And then there's mandatory hotel taxes of $15. That's something you really need to tell your clients. I heard a horror story not too long ago. A travel agent booked a all-inclusive for a family. They showed up at the all-inclusive and owed the hotel like $500 in resort fees, which they were not aware of, and they had brought about $500 of spending money with them, and so they were not too happy. Read the cancellation policies. This is free cancellation until October 7th. And then here's the best part. You come down to this agency section, and we can scroll down. I can charge, let's say, $100 booking fee. I put $100 here, and it's going to add $100 to the booking minus 10% because price agency takes a 10% fee for that. So you'll get $90, from that booking fee. And so now my commission is $284.42. Conversely, I can come up here, hit net payment. And now instead of being $14.95, we're going to pay $13.01. So you just saved $194. The beauty of this is, I mean, you can go through the steps and get paid a commission, but you got to remember, Cornerstone takes 20%, and then you have to pay whatever your taxes are going to be, at the end of the year. So I always consider that when I'm doing net booking. Sometimes it's better to take the commission than to do a net booking, but it's very rare. Okay. Everybody understand this? Now I'm going to complete this. I'm going to put my name in here. And you only need to put, one person's name. This is actually going to hold a reservation. So I can pay now. I can click on this and this is going to take me to a payment page, or I can book now and pay later, which is what I generally do. Because who wants to book now? Because plans change. And this goes for your clients too. If you can, I always recommend trying to, when you're doing quotes, always do free cancellation. Unless your clients are on a budget and they understand that you are booking a non-refundable hotel stay. And my father-in-law probably to find the cheapest hotel for him once. He was traveling, needed a quick hotel. Literally 2 hours after I booked it, he called back and said he was changing his plans and needed to go someplace else. And I'm like, I booked you a non-refundable hotel because you told me that that's what you want, the cheapest possible. Luckily, I was able to call the hotel and said, hey, my client changed his mind. I know I just booked this. Any chance you guys can waive the cancellation fee? And they took care of it. But I always try to do free cancellation. No, price agencies is based out of Mexico, so it tends to be a little slower, which it is right now. And so, all right, it saved my reservation. So with it saved, we're all good to go. I come up here to pending payment. Pending payment shows right here, July 22nd. I just made this reservation. 1301.11. I can come over here, hit payoff. It's going to take me to the payment page. I can send the customer a secure payment link or input their credit card now. If you send them the secure payment link, you don't really need to do a credit card authorization because they pay right to price agencies, but you will need a credit card authorization if you do the credit card payment. Now, I'm going to show you something here. You have to be careful, especially if you're doing like a resort or something that they are paying on. The full amount will always pop up. So, for a hotel stay, you usually have to pay the full amount. But when you're paying on a vacation or a package or an all-inclusive, you can make payments. And even this, I can technically make payments as long as I'm paid in full up until October 5th. You need to change the amount here to whatever their payment's going to be. This has happened. And see it changes to pending. So I can make a payment of $500 towards that, put the card information and so on and so forth. Somebody that I know went in here, was distracted, was trying to make the payment really quick, put the card in, blah, 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 and made a full payment on, for somebody that wanted to only put a couple $100 towards it. Luckily, the customer wasn't too upset. They, had the money to go towards it. They were just trying to save it. The only option was to go and cancel the reservation and start over, which would have made things cost a little bit more. And the customer opted not to do that. So, especially in price agencies, just be careful. When you get to this page, you're going to want to make sure you check them out. And it's not just price agencies. You want to do it for all of them. So now I'm not actually going to go to Vegas in October, so I can come here and just cancel this. And so we're going to cancel. Still thinking. Like I said, they're based out of Mexico, so it takes a little bit. Okay, so we're good now. And there's a couple of my personal bookings there. Now, if I have a reservation already paid for, you're going to come down to reservation. And then here's some of those. These are trips that have already been taken care of, except I have a trip for October for a honeymoon. Anything that you see here, modify, cancel reservation. That's something that's bookings that haven't taken place yet. All right. I'm gonna look here. Anybody have any questions about that? And then I'm gonna show you beds online. Or if you have any questions, I know some people popped in. I'm just kind of going over net bookings and some of the sites that do it. Okay. Beds online. He's telling me I need to change my password, but when I try to change my password, it won't let me. So we're gonna just keep going. All right. So you do have car rental on Beds Online. I've never done a car rental through Beds Online. So I don't know if it lets you pick country, US. What was that? The
16th through the 20th.
I knew I was close. And their interface is a little odd. You gotta up on everything. Okay. So we'll see what we pop up. I doubt there's gonna be any kind of corporate codes for this. Yeah, I don't see a way to do that, but and then let's see, they have Hertz.
And then the Pacifica.
Yep. And that was a minivan. It's showing none available. Okay. Maybe that's part of the problem, or earlier, but maybe
I
not.
just saw it.
You did?
Yeah.
Where was
Scroll
it?
down. Nope, the other way. Up, I guess.
Oh,
Oh, shoot.
whoops.
There. Oh my God, look at the time. Or look how much. Holy cow.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's click on it. Yeah, that's a lot. So, one of the points here is do your due diligence and look around, guys. Check different. I am finding lately that Beds Online has been giving me better price, especially for net bookings. So, okay, we were talking about net bookings, so we're gonna do Las Vegas again. And when did I say October, right? 10th through the 12th, 2 people. So we're gonna see what hotel rooms are available. We're gonna look at the Venetian again. Remember the Venetian net booking was 1,300 and something dollars. So I'm gonna come over here and go the Venetian. See if it pulls it up. Didn't like that. Venetian. Didn't like that either. You may not find all available hotels, but again, each one of these suppliers has their contracts with all the hotels. So we're gonna just scroll down because even though I might have searched for it, it'll sometimes pop up. It's just a matter of putting it in correctly the way they want you to put it in. So hoping to find it so I can compare with you guys. Let me try to search a different way here. I'll choose by landmark. But the Venetian's not too far from Caesars, so I believe it's right across the street. All right, well, it's not popping up, so I'm just gonna pick let's pick Treasure Island here. Okay. We have run of the house. Run of the house is basically they pick any room available for you. So here's a deluxe strip room. for 2 adults. Let's see what that room looks like. It's a king size or a queen. We're gonna come over here to price details and commission. Beds Online has a 12% commission. So right now it's $78, almost $79. I can come here, click 0, or I can add commission, hit apply, and it drops the price down to $579 from $675. And then we're good to go. You can see that change right over here in the right hand corner. And now I'm going to hit add. That's actually going to put it into a cart. So you can do like multiple hotels, put in your cart if you're building a trip for somebody, and then check out all at one time. So with that said, let's do that. Let's try and do, let's say I want to go to Salt Lake City a week after, but I don't want a car, so we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna do a new search for stays. Salt Lake City. Except we're gonna go from the 12th to the 15th. I have to say, you guys are the quietest Q&A I've ever had. But that's okay. Hopefully you're learning something.
Except me.
I was going to say just watching and learning.
Yep. We're gonna call this Brooks Q&A.
Cute.
I'm just messing with you. All right, so Holiday Inn Express in downtown Salt Lake City. We have different things here, or different options. Like I said, I always like to do free cancellation, so I'm gonna pick this 757 option, click on price and details, take out my commission, or let's say I want a 20%. Oh, it won't let me go higher than 12, so I can reduce it. And I'll explain to you when you may want to reduce a commission. Okay, so that drops it down to 663 from 7 something. Gonna add that to the cart. And now I can check out. Scroll down, put the traveler's information in. Treasure Island, put the traveler's information in for the Holiday Inn Express. Put a reference number. I usually just like put our CALIA number here as a reference. Commission's been taken out. It's a little, you see what it shows what the commission would be. And down here at the bottom, it says the total. So it's adding up the totals here. Adding up the totals here comes to 0 because we zeroed out the commission. And then 1245.60 is what would be owed. And as I scroll down, we're gonna do pay now or pay later. I always try to do pay later. I mean, that's up to you or your clients as well. So you have that. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. So those are a couple of the net bookings that you can do. Like I said, in Vax, when you're doing a vacation for Universal, I know Universal allows you to adjust your commission. You can actually increase your commission there as well. I've done that in the past, especially if I have a client that changes things on me a lot. I'll start charging them a booking fee or a research fee. I generally don't, but usually it's like 25 to 50 bucks is what I'll charge them. Some people charge $100 depending on how much work you put in. You can do that. So with that said, why would you want to change your commission? Let's say your client does find a better price somewhere. And with that better price, let's say it's $50 less than what you're offering them. You can go in adjust your commission to be $50 less, which I would recommend doing. Take a little smaller commission, and then you look like a rock star, because you're able to match or beat the price. And then, you've gained an agent or gained a client. So, it's really up to you how far you want to do that, but you certainly can do that. You can, like I said, you can charge more. You can even do that in price agencies. You can put that, like I said, I put in that $100 booking fee. You can adjust that. We saw on Beds Online. Beds Online doesn't allow you to go higher than 12%. So you can even adjust that commission and take a little less there as well. So, and then, friends and family, my close family, I generally don't take a commission if I can help it. And I'll do net bookings for them. My son's baseball team, we all have to travel 2 hours away this weekend. I'm gonna offer them the ability to book through me, with a net booking. Just to help them out. Can that gain me customers later? Sure. Because these parents don't know me, but they know I'm a travel agent, so maybe they'll use me because I'm helping them out. So there's a bunch of different ways you can spin your business to make money, to help people out, to gain customers. So that's net bookings is one of them, or adjusting your commission, I should say. Net bookings, you want to pretty much keep it to you and close family and friends if you choose. It's really up to you. All right, we have about 8 or 9 minutes left. This is your time to shine. So haven't heard from Marissa, Kimmy, or Kristen, or Penny. If you don't want to say anything, that's fine. I just want to say hi to you guys. Lynn, hi to you. DJ Man.
My name's Denise. I'm really new here. I'm in training still and I'm trying to take it all in.
Awesome. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
I like your screen name though. Waiting for you to play some Ozzy Osbourne.
I don't even know where that name came from. It put it in itself.
Kristen, we just went through net booking is when you take the commission out of the price of whatever fare you're looking up. And you can do that with price agencies, Beds Online, Universal Orlando, I assume, or Universal Hollywood. You can do that as well. So it just becomes a net booking because you're basically just you're being charged the net price or the cost of whatever the hotel room would be. All right, Penny, you have a question? Go for it. Okay, so booking on Expedia Tap when they pay at the hotel. Yes, you put in a test right away. And I'll even put in their payment, because they're going to get there and they're going to pay. So I'll put their payment in there, and you can put the payment in as the date that they arrive. But yes, I always put every booking I do, I put in a test right away. That way I don't forget, because the last thing you want to do is not put it in test and then not get paid.
I got a question to kind of piggyback off of that. Is there a benefit to paying at the hotel as opposed to just paying directly through us? Or
They don't have to go through you. Some people prefer just to walk up and pay at the hotel, or some people, are good with paying beforehand. You might not have the option to pay beforehand. Some of those bookings through Expedia are, book now, pay later. So you book now and then you pay at the hotel.
I did notice when I just recently last week went to Nashville for a conference on my wife. I booked a hotel for her and I to go there. when we checked out, they said that they would send the receipt to the email address that booked the hotel, which was, I guess, our travel agent website. For the longest time, I couldn't find where to get the receipts. And then I had to go back in actually through TAP and look at my bookings and print the receipt from there. Is that normal, or am I just missing it from somewhere else? Or because with it being a work trip for her, it was a tax write-off, so we needed the receipts for that.
Again, Expedia is weird because they have you put in your client's information, but they don't send anything to the client. So you put your client's email in, and they send everything to the agent. So it should come back to the agent, and then you forward it on to your clients for Expedia.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then again, that's part of the conversation I had with the BDM too, because it's frustrating when you put your client's email expecting them to get some type of confirmation, and then they don't. Everything's sent to you, and then you have to send it. And that's the same way with and I'm going to tell you guys, because we were talking about Verbo. Everything, when you book a Verbo through TAP, everything will come to the travel agent, not the customer. So what you need to do with Verbo is, once you get that confirmation email, send it on to the customer, tell them to create a Verbo account and go in there and add the booking to their account.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. I'm gonna close it out here. It's 6:26, about dinner time here. I'm in the Chicago area. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm a firefighter by day, travel agent by night. Been in the fire service for 31 years. I'm semi-retired. Dove straight into this business. I love it. I love sharing my knowledge with you guys. So if you see me doing a Q&A down the road, I'd love to see you in there again. I try to do these as often as I can. So, and then, we're on Facebook answering questions all the time as well. So if you have any questions, just throw it in the Facebook group and we'll get back to you. With that said, I hope everybody has a great night. Happy booking, and we'll see you around. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to meet everybody.
Nice to meet you.
Bye,
Bye.
Vicky.
Have a
Bye. Thank
good-
y'all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.